Hi guys, how are you? My name is Vanessa Ooms and I aim to be an ally on the spiritual path. And today I want to talk about what an empath is and how that's different from just plain old empathy. So here we go. Okay, so what exactly is an empath? So there is a difference between being empathetic, practicing human empathy, and being an empath. So when you are being empathetic, you're practicing human empathy, you're able to extend yourself to another person and put yourself in their shoes and imagine what they would be feeling if you were in that situation. Empaths take that about 10 steps further and actually feel the other person's emotion in their own body as if it's their own. So if you don't have the tools to deal with this and the discernment to know what's yours and what's the other person's, it can be really confusing and really overwhelming. And I wanted to make this video series to share what I've learned on this path, tools on how to clear your energy, how to deal with empathic overload, how to keep from being overloaded, and all that good stuff. So if there are questions that you have that you would like me to discuss, let me know in the comments. I'm also going to be doing live streams every week, every other week. I haven't exactly decided, where we can actually get on a live video and have some discussions. So that's going to be super fun. Whew. So, my empaths. Do you feel crazy? I felt crazy growing up because I was feeling everything so intensely. Jack's here with us. He likes being here when I'm doing these videos. I was feeling everything so intensely and I didn't understand what exactly was going on. So I could be like just on an even keel, yada yada, and then go into a group or interact with someone and just be like, just like, I don't know. Sometimes I would go into a group of people and just be overwhelmed with grief or anger or, or joy. But I felt totally out of control of my emotions and I didn't understand what was going on and I didn't really have people around me to discuss this with. They just thought I was really sensitive. I just thought I was really sensitive, maybe too sensitive. And I didn't really know what to do with this. So it took me quite a while to learn how to discern what's mine, what's other people's, how to establish boundaries, because energetically I had no boundaries. And I know a lot of us empaths don't, because it's such an interesting experience. I know for myself growing up, because I was tapped into everyone around me all the time, the way I figured out I could survive and feel okay was to make everyone else around me happy. Because if they were happy, then I was happy, because I was feeling them all the time. So a lot of the times being an empath mixes with people pleasing, and it's just this weird dynamic where you have no boundaries, plus you're a people pleaser, and you get conditioned to just do whatever you can to make everyone around you feel okay, so that you can feel okay, because you're so sensitive. So it actually sets a lot of us up to be taken advantage of and to be in abusive situations, because we have no boundaries and we also want to just make everyone feel okay. We want to take care of everyone else and make everyone else happy, because that's how we've been conditioned to feel happy ourselves. Kind of nuts. And I love you so much. I just want to share about this and start conversations about this, because I feel like it's really important. And I feel like there are a lot more empaths out there than we realize. And I know that a lot of my empaths out there are just numbing and just getting by and feeling like they're way too sensitive and feeling shameful about that. There's a lot of shame around that too, because we have been in this patriarchal system that, like, we've kind of been trained not to feel our emotions or just to shove them down because, like, I don't know if you've noticed in Western society, other people's emotions make us really uncomfortable, and there's not really language tools to have dialogue around emotions. It's not like we just sit around the dinner table and talk about our feelings. That's not a thing. So, and I feel this especially for my guys out there because, if you show emotion, then you're weak and you're not as much of a man, and it's total bullshit. But that's kind of just the way that we've been programmed. And I feel it's so important to have these discussions and to inform other empaths of what's actually going on, to empower you to figure out how to not enforce, to hold boundaries, create healthy boundaries, and know what is yours and what's not, and how to deal with it, and how to clean your energy. And I already went through all of that, but I'm passionate about this, okay? So, I think tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to schedule a live stream where I will go through a series of self-test questions so you can see how many you check off and which ones resonate with you, and see where you're at on the empathy scale. And yes, there is an empathy scale. Empaths are way over here, way at the top of the scale in terms of sensitivity. I get really excited when I talk about stuff sometimes. Empaths are way over here. And down at the other end of the spectrum are like sociopaths, psychopaths, and narcissists who are not capable of empathizing with anyone. So this is kind of interesting. So I just discovered that empaths actually have hyperactive mirror neurons. So these are cells in the brain that actually control our compassion, our capacity for compassion, and allow us to mirror what's going on with the people around us. So in an average person practicing human empathy, they're using their mirror neurons to kind of put themselves in the other person's shoes. Empaths, on the other hand, have hyperactive mirror neurons, and their bodies are just mirroring completely what's going on outside of them. So you are actually feeling it inside your body as if it's your own emotion, because your body is highly attuned to outside stimuli. Thank you, stimuli. Weird, right? So that's why a lot of empaths are quite introverted, because another curious thing about empaths is that we have increased sensitivity to dopamine and all the other hormones and chemicals, food, light, color, sound, EMFs especially. Holy cow. But where was I going with that? Dopamine, thank you. So we have increased sensitivity to dopamine. So a lot of empaths are introverted because we simply do not need as much dopamine to feel happy. So we're more than happy spending time alone, in solitude, in the quiet, in meditation, because we don't need as much dopamine to actually feel happy. Extroverts, on the other hand, really need that dopamine rush, and that's why they love being out and socializing and being in groups and parties and raves and whatever. They love that dopamine rush, and it helps them to feel happy. Introverted empaths, on the other hand, get totally overstimulated by that. And they get the same amount of dopamine rush, but because their systems are so sensitive, they get overwhelmed, and it's just like, and you start to actually burn out from social interactions a lot sooner than an extrovert. So, interesting things about empaths. Woo! What else? Another interesting thing that I've been finding out about empaths is that we experience synesthesia to varying degrees. So synesthesia is almost like a mixing of senses. So myself, for one, I can see colors in my mind's eye when I'm listening to music. Different frequencies show as different colors to me in my mind. Some people can taste words. You know what I'm saying? And so empaths actually have mirror touch synesthesia, where it's like we can feel, so we can see, sense, and feel, literally feel what's going on outside of us, and particularly with emotions. It's kind of fascinating. So that's a basic overview of what an empath's experience is. And I'm really excited to dive into this deeper with you guys, because it's so important to know who you are, who it is that you are, what your energetic baseline is, and then start to learn how to discern what's yours, what someone else's, when you need a break, how to take care of yourself, how to clear your energy, how to deal with empathic overload if you get to that point, and how to prevent yourself from getting empathically overloaded. It's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of videos, but I feel like it's really important to have these conversations. So I will schedule a live stream for tomorrow, Sunday afternoon. We will be in here having a discussion with whoever is here, and I'll go through a list of self-test questions to see where you land on the empathy spectrum, and it's going to be fun. So, sending you guys tons of love. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are today, and I will be talking to you guys tomorrow, okay? Lots of love. Bye for now.